Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Chitra PM, and today is the fifth day of our webinar series from Gutenberg to Generative AI, Language and Literary Evolution in the Digital Era. So it's been a wonderful 4-day journey for the entire participants as well as for the faculty of Don Bosco English Department. And today comes the grand finale or the final day of this 5-day seminar series. And we all know, like today, it's Dr. S. Rajadurai, who's joining us to share his insights and thoughts about the artificial intelligence and how it is going to um, uh, affect the English language teaching all over the world. So let me give you a brief glimpse or the bio of Dr. S. Rajadurai. Um, Dr. S. Rajadurai is a senior lecturer at the Department of English Language Teaching, University of Colombo, Sri Lanka, where he plays a pivotal role in English language education across multiple faculties. He serves as the overall coordinator for the English program at the Faculty of Law and is actively involved in teaching and curriculum development for students from the faculties of Science, Medicine, and Economics, and that includes international students also. In addition to this, he coordinates the Certificate in English for Tourism and Hospitality Management and contributes as a visiting lecturer for a BA in TESL affiliated with Asia University, Malaysia. His academic focus lies in the field of English for academic purposes, English for specific purposes, and TESL. Dr. Rajadurai's teaching spans a wide array of language areas such as grammar, vocabulary, communication skills, and professional English tailored for specific sectors like tourism, hospitality, law, etc. His research explores language proficiency and communication effectiveness, particularly within professional and academic contexts. His work emphasizes the importance of practical English usage, especially for students and professionals in tourism and service-oriented fields. Dr. Rajadurai has contributed to several academic publications, including a notable paper titled Significance of Effective Communication Skills in English of Tourism Professionals, presented at the International Conference on the Arts in 2015. He was also awarded with a PhD research grant by the National Center for Advanced Studies in Humanities and Social Sciences, NCAS, which supported his doctoral studies between 2012 and 2015. Through both his academic work and teaching, Dr. Rajadurai continues to impact English language education in Sri Lanka by bridging theoretical knowledge with real-world communication needs. Now, all of us, we can just sit back and listen to his take on accommodating ELT pedagogy for various disciplines in higher education. Over to you, sir. Hello, sir. Are you there? I think there is some technical glitch. Please, all of you, please wait for a few seconds.
Hello, dears. Just wait. I think some technical issues there with that particular speaker. Just wait for 2 or 3 minutes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, yes, I'm extremely sorry. I don't know, some kind of technical problem. Now I think it's okay now.
No problem, sir. We are like waiting for you.
We can
No issue.
start. I
So I already gave a brief bio about you, a brief introduction about you to the participants or the like what is the listeners.
Yeah.
So you can start right away, sir.
Okay, right. So, first of all, I do apologize for the delay in, I think maybe due to the technical issues, and now we can join. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, yes. Now, first of all, let me say good evening to you all. And it's my great pleasure and honor to have been invited by the principal, um, Dr. Father Jimmy Jose, the principal of the Department of English Language, English, and Don Bosco College, Calicut, India. So on the topic of the international conference that I have been invited today to speak is from Gutenberg to Generative AI, Language and Literary Evolution in the Digital Era. So now I wish to make a presentation on teaching English as a second language. So let me share my PPT. Mm. I would like to share my PPT. Now, is there any option as such here to share my PPT here? Now, share a screen. Yeah, share your screen. That's right. Now I am here now. Is there windows like that? Which should I connect here to share my PPT? Select a tab to share. Okay. Yeah, I have done that part. Share. I'll go to share and yeah. So I don't want to get back to my Gmail, but my Word document. Yeah, that's right. Now that's the email. No. Oh my goodness, this I have to stop sharing. So, oh my goodness. Now, yeah, now there are some options here. Which one should I go just to share this one? Yeah, can you? Yeah, that's right. Now, so there is an arrow mark here, share the screen. I click that one, okay. And there it comes Chrome tab, window, and entire screen like that it displays. Which one should I do? Yeah, that I know that one, but I'm asking is there are three things: Chrome tab, window, entire screen. Which one should I click to get the sorry, entire screen? Okay, okay, entire screen. Yes, entire screen. This one. Yeah, presenting. Show my screen anyway. Show my screen anyway. Okay. Yeah. So, but I click that one. So now you can, I can go to the Word document. all kind of things are coming here. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Now this is quite confusing to me. All yes, shall. Can you give me 1 minute? Yeah,
Sir, can you please send that file to my email ID, means Love Show,
yes, yes. I
so
think
that
it's better if I send it.
we can share it, sir, for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. The same thing that I can send you. Yes. Yes, now I have sent it, Professor. You can, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, just a minute. I will send it.
Yeah, did you get it? Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah, I can move. But yeah, can I move down this one? Oh,
Is that visible? That PPT is visible to you, sir?
no, I can't see any PPT here. Only myself. Earlier, I could see. It came and disappeared. It appeared few minutes back and disappeared once again. Okay, fine. Now I can see. Hello? Yes.
Yes, sir, we are able to see your screen now.
Yeah, yeah. Now when I move down and move up, is there, can I do it or else will you be able to do it? Okay. Okay, shall we go to the first slide? Yeah. Now, first, shall I start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So thank you very much. And once again, extremely sorry for the delay in this technical issue. Okay, so my topic today is adapting ELT for diverse disciplines in higher education. And let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Rajadurai, Senior Lecturer and Coordinator, Human Resources Development Center of University of Colombo. My department is English Language Teaching. And so I'm pleased to make a presentation on this topic today. My outline, first of all, let me show the outline of my presentation very briefly. Can I go to the next one, please? The second one. You can move down. Yes. So now, shall we enlarge this one? Yes. Now, so my outline is now these are the areas I focus in my presentation. The first one is why English matters in higher education, and challenge and one size fit of all ELT, that is discipline, because we are teaching English to various disciplines, nursing, technology, law, arts, medicine, science, business English, like that. So now need for discipline sensitive approaches, next one, and the current situation in higher academic institutions, the problems and challenges. And next one is what is ESP? ESP is ESP stands for English for specific purposes, and significant aspects of ESP. That is the need analysis is the most important one. That is related to curriculum development and learners' motivation and teaching learning approaches for effective practices in ESP tertiary level. So now I have to go a little bit faster. So if there are any kind of clarification, we can make it, we can have it at the end of my session. Shall we go to the next one, please? Yeah. So now, English plays a pivotal role in higher education. Without English, Now you know that now we all deal with higher education, that is tertiary higher education in a sense, bachelor's level and postgraduate and PhD levels, and the students here need English for almost everything. English plays three major roles. One is English for academic purposes, and the second one is professional purposes. That one is social purposes. So academic, professional and social purposes. So we call English as a life skill, and without English, of course, we hardly follow any kind of programs. So now we see this English. Now, though we learn general English, now in terms of teaching English for specific purposes, say for example, you teach English for engineering, you teach English for law, and you teach English for medicine and business communication. This genre varies from discipline to discipline. So now that's what we are going to focus on this one. So now, so general English and the English for specific purposes, there is a gap. So that gap only we are going to fill based on needs analysis. Okay, right. Let's go to the next one now. Yes. Now, you know this, now as far as these academics are concerned, now they say, now even in Sri Lanka and Asian countries, they say that if we know English, we will be able to follow the courses. It can be this engineering, medicine or science or whatever. Okay, that is fine. But here now we need, we are teaching English for specific purposes. That is to meet their immediate requirements. These students following their disciplines, I mean engineering or business communication or science or whatever, they learn English to follow the major programs. So that kind of skills, developing skills is very important. So that's what I focus here. So now people don't understand about this English for specific purposes. That is one thing. The other thing is they think if they do English medium, they'll be able to follow successfully all. So that is the thing. The third thing is now we understand that this kind of ESP is not developed in Asian countries like Sri Lanka and India. So we do basically all literature, research in literature. But as far as English language teaching is concerned, we hardly do. Now take, for example, academic writing, presentation skills. Now these all, you teach English for business communication. These all meet the specific requirements of the students. So in that respect, we can't say if you are not knowledgeable about, if you are knowledgeable about general English, we will be able to do successfully. Now we'll see this one. So the other thing is, now as I told you, this lack of research. We academics hardly do teaching English as a second language, especially in Asian countries. So this, unless these attitudes are changed, and we do more researches in teaching English as a second language, this problem won't be able to come over. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Now briefly I will see what ESP is. ESP is English for specific purposes. That is, the English teaching is based on what was acquired earlier, that is general English. Now we all have general English, but what English we need is to do engineering. General English is not enough. So you see now, for example, engineering, the terminology is different. It is different from business English. It's different from English for medicine. And also the skills what you need is presentation skills, technical report writing, and all are specific to that discipline. Now, for example, you know this computer, IT, information technology. Now you know the vocabulary. So that is specific to that area. So now we cannot just learn general English and be proficient in IT or engineering, right? So that's what I said here. This is specialized vocabulary and discourse styles and tailored teaching strategies for each field. Example, law. Now, if you teach law, that is case briefs, they have their specific terminology or vocabulary. And engineering, the way you write technical reports and business communication. So this vocabulary and the skills, but we have to develop should fulfill the specific needs of this particular discipline. Okay, we'll see. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So the origin of ESP in other countries, this is, this 1945, the Second World War. So that brought a huge change, enormous and unprecedented expansion in scientific, technical and economic activity on an international scale. So according to research, in 1987, it originated. Now based on this Second World War. So they identify this based on this scientific, technical, and economic activity. This English, that is English for specific purposes, need to be fulfilled. So technology and commerce, of course, dominated the entire world. Now we are in the world of AI, right? So now when you see this, you see this AI, this terminology and what kind of things that we have to develop and all, we should be familiar. Otherwise, we can't do. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Yeah. Yeah. So meeting discipline specific needs. Now, different academic disciplines depend distinct forms of communication ranging from technical reports in engineering, in case beliefs, and law or patient histories in medicine. So this this communication differs from discipline to discipline. So English also should vary. So a generic ELT approach cannot adequately prepare students for these specialized requirements, as I told you. General English will never fulfill the specific needs of the disciplines. So now we have to see this adapting pedagogy to focus on discipline-specific vocabulary, genres, and communication practices enable learners to engage more effectively with their subject content. So that's what now I have chosen this topic, this pedagogy, to focus on discipline-specific vocabulary. That means the vocabulary skills or the language or this discourse is specific to that particular discipline or the area of study that you intend to do. Okay, now now let's go on to the next one. So now this academic success, of course, that improves comprehension of subject text. Now, if you know this vocabulary, we will be able to understand that particular discipline. We can understand. Now, you know that now for a simple example, I can tell you, now you teach medicine, English medicine, right? The medical terminology, right? The students are very much familiar with those who have done in their primary or the basically secondary education. They have studied, they have background knowledge. So when you teach, they understand. Why? Because the terminology, language, and all kind of areas are familiar with them, then they have background knowledge. Similarly, the students now, the medical students, if you teach law or any other subject, they are not able to acquire easily. Why? Because of the comprehension and the background knowledge and the vocabulary, etc. That's what I'm emphasizing this one. Okay, so this now I think now it has gone down, and can we go to move up? Yeah. So now I told you this comprehension to understand, right? And so in that is respect, they will, if they are able to understand this comprehension of the subject text, they will be able to research papers and presentation or actively involved in the areas that they intend to do. Okay, let's go to the next one. Move on to the next one. So adapting ELT pedagogy to diverse discipline directly contributes to academic achievement. It helps students to improve their comprehension of subject-specific text by familiarizing them with the terminology and discourse conventions of their fields. That's what now I told you, what way it would be useful. ESP is useful for us to develop our skills and follow the main program what we intend to do. So now tailored approaches also build essential skills for producing academic outputs such as essays, research papers, and presentation, enabling learners to communicate their knowledge more effectively. Right. Moreover, by engaging with discipline-based materials, students develop strong critical thinking abilities. Now, you know this, now when we are teaching, we will have to develop certain skills, right? That is teamwork, critical thinking skills, presentation skills, and to do project work and all. You know that certain skills are necessary. Communication skills are very important. Presentation skills are very important. Critical skills, critical thinking skills are important. Problem solving skills are important. So all these skills development, ESP helps. That is one thing. The other one is we are all adults. Now, you know that universities, when students, undergraduates or postgraduates, they learn, they are all adults and they are learning English not for pleasure or for any other purposes. They want to develop certain skills and follow their main program. So they have a purpose. They are not learning English for any other purposes other than that. Therefore, these academic purposes, they learn, there is a self-motivation. So they will learn English. They feel that, okay, I should learn this one. I should learn English, improve English specific to my field. Otherwise, I won't be able to get my degree that is academic and I won't be able to do my profession also successfully. So that kind of understanding, self-motivation or critical thinking or kind of knowledge they have to develop certain skills to follow their main program or the major program successfully is very important among the students. Okay, let's go to the next one. Move on to the next one. Yes. Okay, now you see what is ESP. Now, tell me what you need English for, and I will tell you English that you need. Okay. Now, these students, now we are asking, now engineering students or English, but the law students, now we give a questionnaire. What kind of English you need? What kind of English, in a sense, English is saying, but skills. So we make a questionnaire and give it to them. They write, okay, we need English. We want to improve our communication skills in all four skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, related to this, related to engineering. So now they have knowledge. So what the knowledge they expect, there is a gap. So that is the gap we are going to fulfill. So that's what it is said here. Tell me what you need English for, and I will tell you English that you need. Learners' different needs and interests have great influence on their motivation. Now I told you this one already. So they have different different needs and interests. That itself is a motivation for them to do. So they will actively learn English. Otherwise, English will be very much boring. And that is what happening in teaching English in these Asian countries, non-native speakers. They don't. They are not self-motivated because they don't know why we are learning English. We are learning English with a purpose. Okay. So now, okay. Now let's go to the next one. Okay. Now this you see the characteristics. Based on needs analysis, that is the major form. Next one is discipline and context is specific. Discipline means the subject area that you intend to follow. The context is specific, what context you need this English. And that also, that ESP is also short line. That it's not, years and years you are studying. You study this English for 3 months or 6 months, not more than that. So involves homogeneous learners, means same learners who take up engineering, who take up medicine, who take up business English. Okay, different now people, medicine, those who follow medicine, those who follow nursing, those who follow law, those who follow engineering, don't come together and learn English for specific purposes. Then it becomes general English. Okay, right. Aimed at, now we teach all for skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and also the vocabulary and grammar is specific to that particular areas. So now they follow distinct methodology. There should be a teaching methodology, this communication skills and task-based language teaching. Now we use to develop the such skills. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this needs analysis. Now, so you now, if you want to teach engineering students, now you teach general English and you design a syllabus at first, and it will be a failure according to this English for specific purposes. First of all, we have to prepare a questionnaire and distribute them and see what kind of English they need. So that is speaking, 4 skills, grammar and vocabulary. So we have to prepare questionnaire in such a way, whether they need English for report writing skills or presentation skills. Now engineering students will have to make an estimate, so else they have to they involve in projects, so they have to write technical reports, or law students may do case studies, etc. Or the project work, this medicine or science or physiotherapy, they do this clinical report writing specific to that area. They interview patients and collect data history of disease. That is for diagnosing purposes. And also we design a questionnaire in such a way and give it to them and collect data, and based on that one only we design course material. So now these are some of the areas, these research tools we use. This questionnaire, interviews, observation, and data collection is based on through that one, and informal consultation. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay, now we see and after collecting data, you analyze needs analysis. So why are learners taking the course? There is a purpose, objective, right? How do the learners learn? That is teaching methodology, whether they learn, now this is student-centered or task-based learning, means task-based learning methods. So we use this method to fulfill a certain area. Now, for example, we put the students into groups. Students are actively engaged in group activities. So they interact with each other, right? And they make a presentation on the particular area, they divide among themselves. In that way, their communication skills are improved. So now we say how, now we design our teaching also in such a way, teaching, learning, and assessment, the 3 aspects, right? So a careful planning is important. It should be 100% activity based. This English for specific purposes it is not lecture method at all. What resources are available? Now we have to see whether we give a lot of research articles if they want to do research or project works, etc. And who are the learners? A target group. And where will ESP course take place? Whether it takes place in universities or in informal or formal education, etc. And when will the ESP course take place and how long, etc. All these things we have to analyze under needs analysis and design a course. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Now, yes. Now, while I am discussing here, your dear participants, you can just take down the questions or whatever clarifications you may need and ask. Otherwise, at last, after listening to me, you can't do. So now I am going little by step. Now I have discussed about why English is important for what is the difference between general English and English for specific purposes. I have discussed with you, and what kind of how you can do a survey to identify the kind of that is English for specific purposes from the students who follow that they are relevant discipline. It can be engineering or law, medicine or whatever it is. Right. Now we have come to the course design. This course design is very important uh, based on the needs analysis. We design the course. So basically now here we understand, we don't imagine or assume and design a course to this English for specific purposes. We design a course based on the students' feedback, right? Students' information, data, only we design a course. Now you can say this, the focus on NA needs analysis to determine the specific characteristics of language, then it is used for specific rather than general purposes. Now this PPT, the slides are little bit tiny. Can the participants read this one? See these slides? Can anybody answer?
Yes, sir.
You can see this one? Okay, fine. Okay, right. Thank you. The specific differences in vocabulary choice. Now, these are things that we focus here. Vocabulary choice, grammar, and the kinds of text commonly occurring to functions and the need for particular skills. Listening and speaking have been given a prominent place in any English course, ESP or general English. Speaking and listening are two important skills to follow lectures, to follow I mean the presentation skills, and to do all these academic and professional development purposes. And teaching is speaking fluency. The main goal of teaching is speaking courses. Now you see the fluency is very important. English, we have to follow whatever the courses you follow. Language fluency is very important. Learners often assess their achievement in language learning and success of their English course based on their proficiency in speaking skill. Now, why I have included here is, now when you are able to speak good English, that itself is a self-motivation. Now, you know English, but you are not able to express your thoughts, ideas, or information what you intend to do. In that case, now you don't feel that you have learned, right? But we know that when we speak, we feel that, okay, now a kind of achievement or a sense of achievement we feel. Therefore, so speaking skill is always developed and motivated. The other one is we learn a language, or we teach a language for a purpose of communication. So language is a tool for communication. So we are learning any language for communication. So the communication, in a sense, the two things are their productive skills, listening and speaking. Listening is the most important skill according to the research. The second one is research. If you are able to listen and understand only, you can express, but they play equal roles. So speaking English is very important. So we give priority to ESP learners speaking, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one now, course design. So now the course designs that now we have to design this course aligns according to the workplace demands. Now, for example, the business English. Now you teach business English. Now these students, what the business firms or companies expect from the graduates you produce, right? What kind of English they need? They need presentation skills, communication skills, business letter writing, letter correspondence they need. So that is a very wide area. Case studies, technical report writing, presentation skills, or by teamwork. So these are the things, leadership qualities and teamwork, team spirits we develop, problem solving skills. All these skills the companies or private firms need. So when teaching English for specific purposes, we make sure that we develop these skills. So when engineers go to their, of course, sites or the companies or whatever, now we should identify what kind of English they need. So in that case, now you can also do needs analysis from certain companies. Right. I know these students while following the course, and they may go for this internship also. So when they go for internship, then you identify they have a good exposure to such environment. So you can collect data from them. So enhance professional communication skills. This not only academic, even professional, both communication skills we have to develop, and boost graduate competitiveness in the job market. By large number of graduates go pass from this, there is a huge competition, right? So the competitive in job market, all what they need, we should understand and work accordingly. So now we are teaching one thing and they pass with first class, and if they don't have any kind of skills what the companies or these industries need, it's of no use. Encourages collaboration across field. This not only one this field, this engineering or whatever this this managerial function, they all move it. It's not only though it is specific, they should be able to move across other fields also. That's what I say. Okay, now I don't know whether I'm going past the time. So now, here now I have given improving employability. That's fine, and I have discussed with you. So now there are some researchers who have given this teaching and the task-based language teaching. Task is a piece of classroom work. Now, for example, I can tell you this nursing or this medicine. Now, you develop, or science students, you develop this a kind of skills, the technical report writing. So now technical report writing, that is a task that you give the context or the problem, ask the students to write a report on that one. Or else now you can give a project, right? And a scenario or case study or something, ask them to develop a project, ask them to develop the writing or a case study, etc. So that you give the task and ask the students to demonstrate the knowledge what you have taught through their skills. So this is a task-based language teaching, student-centered. So that's what I feel. We give all the problems to them, or activity-based. Through that only we can make sure that they are demonstrating the in-depth knowledge of the theories or whatever the areas you teach. They should be able to teach and demonstrate. In that way you understand the students have gained skills, not otherwise. They know, they understood, but they are not able to demonstrate, then it's of no use. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now the teaching learning process is very important. Now, that's what again I'm this also emphasize about task based. Tell me, I forget. Teach me, I remember. Involve me, and I learn. So this this ensures, or this enlighten you. This teaching is task based, activity based, 100% is student centered. It's not like lecture method. So a teacher who teaches these students English for specific purposes should carefully plan the lessons, all activity based and at the end, when they assess or the feedback. Now, teaching, learning, teach means you teach, and learning means they are developing the skills, and assessment. So that the skills you have to assess them. That can be through feedback, or through peer assessment, or self-assessment, or else you give questionnaires, or else you give a project work, or whatever it is. Right. Thank you. Let's go to the next one. I think with that it's over. So now, adapting ELT pedagogy bridges academic, professional, and global needs. Global means the industries, right? So what are the benefits? This academic success, employability, inclusion, lifelong learning. So now, why we are teaching English for this all specific purpose of nursing, medicine, or law, etc. Right? So that could be by academic, to develop academic success, employability, professional success, and also they should go on learning throughout their life. So we give a basic that is limited period and ask them to go on with that one. So this is the thing that now I would like to wind up. Now I have discussed with you what is the general English, between general English and English for specific purposes, the importance of English for global level, or else this English for specific purposes, and how to identify the needs of the students of relevant the specific fields, and to do needs analysis, and after that design a course, and what kind of methodology we are teaching, and for what purposes we are doing uh, this one, teaching English as a second language, English for specific purposes, one of the entities. Okay, right. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently. If you have any questions, I shall be pleased to answer. So I encourage the participants to do, because now I understand that you all are English teachers and involve English, and many of you, I know that they do literature as a subject, but TESOL, of course, only the few people do. I think it should improve this area. Okay, thank you very much. With that, I can wind up this one. If any questions, I shall be pleased to answer.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
What I want to ask is, like, being an educator, what do you think should I uh, change about myself so that this specific purpose thing for the students can be fulfilled? Like
So,
in my class, there will be different sorts of students will be there.
yeah.
Everybody will be having different kind of needs. Some need some tips to write well or speak well or understand well. So what do you think will be the common pedagogy that can help a multitude of students in my class?
So now in your, it is now tell me the students and the target group of your students, what discipline they follow.
Mostly, like what do you say, they are UG students
Yes,
and
undergraduate
some,
students.
yeah,
Yeah,
undergraduate students, and some of them are like what do you say, doing literature.
yeah.
And then there are like multidisciplinary, like we have to take these general English classes for the other disciplines also.
Other disciplines. What is the other discipline?
Say for business management students.
Okay, okay. Right now, now what I want to ask you is, now this business management students and the students who follow English literature, or these other students, are they all studying English to develop or to gain language proficiency?
I don't think so. Their attitude is quite different towards English.
No, no. My question is, these
Mhm.
undergraduates now, say for example, you teach English to students who do English literature. That is
Yes,
one category of students. You teach
yes,
English for students who follow business management.
yes,
They are all the separate entity, right?
yes.
Okay. Now, but do you teach like that, or you teach English for all the students to develop language skills to follow the main course like that, or they are relevant courses as a
Uh,
general course?
Okay,
before
so
getting into the specific areas. Before
mhm,
getting into the specific areas, in some institution they teach English. Say for example, 3 months course or like that. And after that,
mhm,
when they get into their specific field, their
mhm.
English is different. Right? You have to handle in a different way. In your case,
Okay.
what is it like that? I'm asking you.
They got a general idea about English.
General idea.
Yeah, like till their 12th standard, they are learning English.
Okay, 1 second. Huh? I'll switch on. It's not clear.
Okay.
Yes. Now, okay. Now, uh, now, this idea. I'm sorry, and can you tell me very simply once again?
Mhm.
Yeah, don't, but don't. I mean, misunderstand me. Tell
No,
me,
no, no.
yeah, tell me clearly in a simple manner what you want to know.
Being
Whom you
being
are teaching? Yes,
being a English teacher in an institution,
yes.
I am taking classes for literature students.
Literature students, right? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Language and literature students as well as other disciplines also.
Other disciplines you are taking separately or together with, I'm asking.
No, separately, separately.
Separately, okay, fine. Now you take, for example, this literature, uh, English, this is those students who are taking up in English literature. Now, what
Mhm.
problems do they have?
Uh, they can't, like, would you say, they can't frame a proper sentence.
Okay, right, right. Okay, fine. So but they are taking English literature, means English literature allows them to develop skills, all communication skills. Now, for a simple thing, I can tell you as an English teacher. Now,
Okay.
we intend to develop all four skills to them, right? Listening, speaking,
Yes.
reading, writing, as a general English, right?
Yes, exactly.
This is general English, right? So in that case, now if you we have to go from the sometimes we have a test, an aptitude test or like that, at first, and put them into groups and teach. Now in a mixed group, of course, that we have a different technique like that. So now if
Okay.
the students are all in the same level, what you
Mm-hmm.
can do is you put the students into groups, that is group
Okay.
activities, and give a minor task, for example.
Okay.
And now
Okay.
I put it to this way, I think. Now for example, now some minor task in a sense that you have to carefully design. Now, say for example, you are teaching a poem called, say, an English poem like Arundhati Roy. So this, whomsoever you know.
Okay.
I have enjoyed one poem called this, how the scorpion spit stunk mother, on a rainy day.
Which is there? I didn't hear you properly.
That a scorpion stung a mother on a rainy day in a village.
Ezekiel
Because
poem.
it's an
Yes.
Ezekiel's poem, sir.
Ezekiel's poem.
Yeah, that is very interesting one, right?
Yeah.
So here these students cannot understand sometimes, right, for the
Mhm.
basic level. So to teach that one, now if you ask them to read, of course they don't read, right? So you ask
Yeah.
some pre-questions before
Mm-hmm.
to get some background knowledge about the scorpion, the village life, the
Mm.
culture, what kind of the environment they find. Suppose if
Okay.
they are their beliefs, right? Okay, they don't
Mm-hmm.
go to hospital, but they do kind of mantra and all these cultural things that is specific to their area, that village or town, the
Okay.
beliefs, etc. So we
Mm-hmm.
make a set up some questions and ask them, so they and put them into groups and ask them how they respond. So in that case, now some students, this English, they don't speak. When you
Yeah.
ask questions, they
Exactly.
don't speak, but they speak among themselves. Our
Mm.
aim is to develop their communication skills. If you want to develop their communication skills, group work, pair work,
Okay.
group work, dialogues, or else
Mm-hmm.
play, information transfer. These kind of techniques are very much effective. So
Mm.
ask questions and answer, and ask them
Okay.
to, after that, you while reading the poem, prepare very simple questions and ask them to search for information. It can be skimming or scanning. After
Okay.
that, post questions you make that is beyond their subject, what they
Okay.
find. So in this
Mhm.
in this case, now you can make them interactive. Questioning and answering is a very good technique for teaching literature, and it will develop their critical thinking,
Mhm.
communication skills, and problem solving skills.
Okay.
Right? In due
Yeah.
course of time, the students will take some kind of interest
Mhm.
and develop their all for skills. So in
Okay.
that way, you can gradually develop.
Mm. Definitely, I'll try to employ that thing in my class. Definitely.
Okay, right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it answered your question.
Yeah, exactly. You made me understand.
Okay, right. Thank you. And
Thank you.
any other questions? Yes, any
Participants
other?
can ask questions.
Yeah, now because now if you are all academics, do it's better to ask questions, and this is a very good platform that you have organized this in the international conference to enlighten, um, teaching, learning, assessment.
So participants, please, if you have any questions, you can ask it right now.
Yeah. Don't feel shy. You can ask me whether it is right or wrong. And the good question Madam asked at first, that's very fine, really. That is teaching, yes, related to teaching, learning, assessment.
Sam, good evening, sir. May I ask you one question?
Yeah, sure.
And as ma'am actually discussed with you that when we are teaching things to our own streamline students, they'll be able to understand. And if we give the technique and task as you advised before to ma'am, it will work out in our department. But when we are going to multidisciplinary, department from the other, degrees like BBA, BCA,
Mm,
BBA, logistics. We are going and we are taking general English for all these departments. When
mm.
we are asking them to, to prepare question which is very relevant to the poem that we are going to take, they are not showing much involvement and interest to read and explain, and they are expecting a practical knowledge rather than the book.
Yeah, that's,
Um,
I understand.
from that view, what sort of a task and what sort of you know, a practical knowledge shall we implement inside the classroom, which
Yeah,
is completely apart from our own streamline?
yeah. Thank you very much. It's a good question you have made. Now, this, now in your class, there may be 40 students. So how many students are there?
Sir?
Large group. How many students are there in a group
Per
in your
class,
class?
we have nearly 45 to 50, sir.
55 to 50 students are there. Okay, fine. It's a large group teaching. The large group teaching means
So your voice is breaking actually.
No, sir.
teaching of, hello. Yes, something wrong
Yes,
with
sir.
that one. Connection lost in a second. Yeah. Now, okay, this is a matter of large group teaching and a small group teaching. So briefly, if I want to tell you is group work is the ideal one,
Sir?
right? Group work.
Group
Put
work,
this,
okay.
yeah, for example, say you are doing reading.
Mm.
If you ask them to ask the students to read, they don't know. You see, now you are asking students to read a passage which
Mm.
has 5 or 6 paragraphs, right?
Mm.
So you can't explain that one. What you can do is you put the students into groups of 5. There are
Yeah.
5 paragraphs, groups
Mm.
of 5. You put them into groups, and group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ask the group for, I'm telling, seeing you from the practical perspective, right?
Yeah.
And ask the students to read the group 1 students the first paragraph,
Mm.
group 2 students the second paragraph, third one, third, fourth, five, like that. Now they are reading, and you limit the time 15 minutes,
Mm.
right?
For each groups.
Yeah, yeah. Each, no, not each group, all the groups.
Okay.
Or
Okay, sir.
15 or 20 minutes you assign them. And
Mm.
after that, now you know that group 1 students will be able to finish this one within 10 minutes, or
Mm.
like, or say 15 minutes.
Mm.
Ask one of the students to go to group 2, group
Mm.
3, group
Mm.
4, group 5. So only
Mm.
one student remains in one. And
Mm.
after that, group 2 students goes to group 1, and again group 3, 4, 5. Similarly,
Mm.
all the students are in, for example, in group 1, all
Mm.
the students who come from all 5 groups are there. This is called jigsaw.
Okay.
So these students, what they do is, what the first group 1 students, what they read about that particular paragraph, will tell it to group 2.
Okay.
He will tell group 3, he will tell group 3, 4, like that. And group 2 students, what they have read, they will
Mm.
tell group 1,
The
group
rest
3.
of the group.
So this is a jigsaw. So
Mm.
all these students will tell in 5 minutes what
Mm.
they have read to
Mm.
the other groups. So
Okay.
in 15 minutes or 20 minutes,
Mm.
the entire paragraph,
Mm.
all the group is familiar with. Okay.
Oh,
So this
okay, sir.
develops communication skills,
Okay.
listening skills, and
Mm.
you, to assess them,
Mm.
you have some questions. Okay.
Okay.
The
Mm.
questions, the pre-question may be, okay, now
Mm.
these are the questions that I would like to ask you.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so
sir.
every student will ask. Now you can ask, okay, group 1, what is this passage about? You tell me, or like that, you can tell and ask all 5. And
Mm.
after that, you can ask all groups to make a presentation skills on that one. I mean, the
Oh,
key ideas, key points. In that
okay, sir.
way, within half an hour, all large group teaching you have completed successfully. Students
Okay.
are happy. Your skills are developed. What is the communication skills? Reading comprehension.
Mm.
They all the main ideas are developed. So that is for reading. So in the similar manner,
Oh,
group activities are very important.
yeah.
Students engagement is very important. So you as a teacher prepare questionnaires,
Okay, sir.
right? And what skills you have intended learning outcomes you
Mm.
have, that you should be able to fulfill at the end of that particular lesson. This
Oh.
way, make it. Is it clear?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
So let me ask you one more thing.
Of course. Yeah.
Uh, what method, as an educator, can you advise me to
Yeah.
implement this listening skill, specifically this listening skill in a class?
Listen, to
When,
develop listening skills, what
yes.
method? Yeah, so there are a lot of techniques here when we develop listening skills. Now for bottom up, bottom down, and down. Bottom up, bottom down, like that. Now,
Mhm.
when you teach listening skills, you can develop communication skills, right?
Okay.
Communication skills. For example, activity-based teaching is, now, before giving a task to the students,
Mhm.
we, as I told you, have a pre-questions.
Okay.
Pre-question, in a sense, that is comprehension. The other
Mhm.
one is vocabulary testing. Vocabulary is
Okay.
very much important for understand. So you have a, before starting that one, you
Mhm.
you give some questions. Okay, now my topic is this one, COVID-19. You are going to give a text for the students to listen, and you ask some pre activities. You ask some vocabulary what they know, or else you
Okay.
can test, I mean, matching the terms or identifying from the list of words. The students will be able to identify and match the definitions like that.
Mhm.
Definitions and vocabulary. Oral comprehension they can give. After that, you can give the task sheets, right? You give the
Okay.
task sheet at first, and the second one is listening. They get into listening, and now they are familiar, they
Okay.
are confident. Otherwise, all of a sudden, if we give the listening activity, okay, you listen, and they will be nowhere, right?
Oh,
First of all,
oh,
to
got it.
make familiar and give that one while listening, allow some time to listen to them and answer the question, and after that you can give some discussions also at the end. That is the post question, pre questions, while questions, and post questions.
Post question.
Pre-test,
Okay.
while question, for all three should be given. In that way, even listening activities is not pure listening.
Mhm.
You can develop skills, that is one thing, but there are some techniques here. Now, now you know about that basic comprehension, where when you test like that, you ask these questions. But if you go deep into the things, that you have to prepare questions in such a way, multiple choice questions you can ask, or
Okay.
close passage, CLOZG, right? Close
Okay.
passage like that. In that way, you can develop the skills little by little, right? So we are
So,
developing
sir,
skills.
uh,
Yes, okay.
if I am introducing a poem in the class,
What is that? Sorry.
it's if what if it's I'm introducing a poem, not a comprehension?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, what do you think should be the method that I should that implement so that
yeah,
they should listen to that thing?
yeah. That's right. They implement a communicative language teaching. That is,
Mm.
communication is the same that I have told you. All these
Okay.
things and the poem. Now I told you
Mm-hmm.
at at first also the beginning.
Mm.
Make questions.
Okay.
Make yes no questions. True
Okay.
false questions.
Okay.
WH questions, you make it, right? Make
Mm.
true false, yes no questions, or true false question at first. After
Okay.
that, gradually WH questions, and ask
Okay.
them. Group activities is very much ideal, and you
Okay.
allow them to read and answer the questions.
Okay.
Gradually we have to increase, from skimming, scanning, and after that, no, scanning, skimming,
Mm. Skimming.
and after that, you go to the writer's message, what he tries to say. For that one, students have to read thoroughly, right?
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
skimming, right? It's to make skimming um, questions, you have to ask WH questions, to
Mm.
develop critical thinking. Do you agree? Do you know? How do
Mm.
you
Okay.
justify, like those kind of things? So they will read and understand. They will actively involve in it. They should be actively
Okay.
involved. Otherwise, they can't answer the questions. So in that way, you can,
Mm-hmm.
after getting the knowledge, maybe basic knowledge or advanced knowledge, or you develop critical thinking, problem solving skills. For all critical thinking, you prepare questionnaire. Problem solving skills, if you want to develop, you prepare questionnaire for that one.
Okay.
And in that way, you will be able to meet your uh, outcomes, intended learning
Desire.
outcomes, ILO.
Okay. Yeah. The desired thing can be seen. Maybe.
Intended
Anyway,
learning.
thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for answering.
Yes. All, but what I want to tell you, it should be activity-based one. The teacher
Mm.
has to prepare a good lesson plan, a questionnaire basically, and they should have
Okay.
intended learning outcome. What I am going to achieve at the end of this one. So it should be met
Okay.
through their demonstrating knowledge through certain skills.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you, sir.
Yes. Any
So,
questions?
any more questions, participants, please? You can come up with questions right now.
Yeah. How many participants are here, madam? 40? Okay. 44 participants are there.
46 or
Only
45.
few hands raised.
Hello, Chitra ma'am.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
other? Oh, yeah.
If there are any more questions, you can ask it right now. I don't think so.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for finding time.
Yes.
And it was such a good thing that, like what you say, you were letting us know how to be a good educator. This
Yes.
this pedagogical thing, this method thing is something that which you have to keep on like what do you say, renewing, evolving.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you have to have that metamorphosis. You have to keep on changing according
Yes.
to the needs, according to the times.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir, for being part of this webinar series.
Yes.
And
Mm.
yeah, and I will hand over it to my HOD, my the head of the department, Miss Minu, so that she can, like what do you say, like say something.
Okay. Nobody comes to the video. That's what now I would like to see.
No, we just want you to be the center of attention. That's it.
No, I would like to see the participants. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so dear Rajadurai sir, respected fathers, Riledamana, our rector and manager, and our beloved principal, Father, Dr. Father Jimmy Joseph STB, our campus counselor, Father N.K. George, our vice rector, Father Devsikuti Kolangudi, and dear participants and my dear colleagues. A warm good evening to one and all gathered here, because it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the special occasion as a vice principal and also the HOD of Don Bosco, HOD of the English department. First and foremost, I just want to thank our management for giving us an opportunity to conduct this webinar, this international webinar. Special thanks to our director for prayerful support and our beloved principal for all the support to his intelligent ideas. On behalf of Department of English, I would like to thank dear management. Thank you, dear. Next, I would like to thank the organizing team. I extend sincere gratitude all the speakers, our delegates who enriched our international webinar. We thank our keynote speakers from day one onwards, Dr. Justin, Dr. Viju sir, Dr. Father Wilson, and Pradeep sir, and also Rajudev sir for sharing valuable insights and expertise, transcending boundaries to contribute to meaningful discourse. Thank you. And appreciation to all the moderators for steering and engaging discussions and all the participants for their active involvement. Your support make this program a great work and making this a collaborative global experience. Thank you, dear participants.
Thank you,
Then
ma'am.
unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. And even like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team, very motivated, dedicated coordinators for this wonderful event. Starting from our IQSC coordinator, Mr. Anthony P. James. Thank you, sir, for your support. And I just want to thank all my dear colleagues. Their work and dedication and timely participation in every aspect helped us to success to this program and to this wonderful webinar. Thank you all my dear colleagues for your support, and special thanks to our coordinator Dr. Chitra and our technical assistant Miss Angel, and all my dear colleagues, Miss Achada, Miss Sudeepu, Miss Rinu, and Miss Steffi for their support and cooperation for all the events and all the support for this webinar. Thank you, dear, all my dear colleagues. Thank you so much for your support. I hope the interactions sparked ideas, fostered connections, and add value to professional journeys. Thank you, my dear participants, for your wholehearted support. And you make this webinar lively one. I think mostly all the participation session, all the interaction sections will be very active. So that shows your cooperation and support. Thank you all, my dear participants. Thank you all for being integral part of this particular webinar. We look forward the future collaborations also. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, right.
We expect, yeah.
Yes.
Once again, thank you, sir.
Okay, a few words, right. So thank you so much for the principal and the team of this college, Don Bosco College, the Department of English Language, the academicians and the students and the organizing committee and all these academicians, all the professionals who gave their helping hand to make this program a success. And thanks for inviting me and have this session. So thank you very much. Hope you would have gained something from my presentations, and we are looking forward to having you once again this kind of programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too. Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.